Oh, girl.
What up, girl?
Hi. One thing about me, I'm going to talk about covered dish.
I love it. Show me those nails.
You mean these right here?
Ooh.
Blue Lobster.
Excellent. My drag name.
Yeah. Oh, how are you? Let's start there. We've got a lot of ground to cover, and it's a very emotionally charged topic. So let's just start with how the hell are you?
Oh, girl, I'm not well.
Me either.
For those of you who are fans of the dish, we got some bad health news about my dog, who is a frequent guest star on the dish, just audibly by barking. That's been hard. But other than that, I'm doing really good, and it is one of our super fans' birthday today, so I think we should do a shout out. Happy birthday, Joseph!
Joseph, yes. Oh my gosh. Please welcome to the stage the indefatigable, the iconic, the stunning.
The one-time guest host of Cover Dog.
Yeah, once and forever.
That. Gotta post it again.
I'm counting down the days until he co-hosts again.
He'll do it. I know he will.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm okay. And we did pick a really charged topic. Girl, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I didn't sleep very well last night, but I think I'm gonna be able to rectify that tonight. I had a latte that I was sort of like nursing until 4:30, so I was like taking in a little bit of caffeine all day, and it'll get you.
Girl, I am on week 3 now of no coffee, and I'm just doing one green tea in the morning for my caffeine for the whole day.
Now, normally I respect your choices. I'm not so sure in this case, but have you found yourself with more mental acumen, with more cognitive function? Have you been discovering benefits?
No.
Oh, just misery.
Nope, 0 benefits. I'm waiting for the benefits to kick in. I'm excited about the benefits. They have not kicked in.
Anytime now. Anytime now.
Okay, girl. Let's do this.
Time keeps us slipping.
Oh my god.
Into the future.
We picked a topic of weddings because I realized Eileen and I have been to so many weddings as guests. And I was like, I didn't mean like our weddings. You know what I mean? But I was just like, I don't know.
We can get into that too. I mean, first of all, your wedding was bomb, and my wedding's going to be bomb whenever it happens. It's like I don't. How can you rush genius? You know what I mean? But when it finally does happen, tectonic shifts. Yeah.
Be awesome.
Right.
Yes, I love that.
The fashion industry will be irrevocably changed.
Yo, that's for real why we didn't ask you to officiate our wedding. I was like, I don't need that kind of competition.
I had the whole outfit plan. I was going to be in a long ceremonial robe. One half was going to be a daytime sun like palette, and the other side was going to be nighttime starry sky palette.
Excellent.
And I was going to have very, very large antler headdress, and a white elderwood staff. And I was just going to incant, and it wasn't like it was going to have something to do with your wedding, but it was really going to be an invocation of the universe, and I knew you'd understand.
Obviously. Oh, I have to let him pay me.
Should I put her on the dish cam?
Come on, you come in here. Yeah, we'll get her on the dish cam.
Dish cam. She's prepped and ready to go. She's ready for a close-up.
Okay, hold on. She's gonna love it. She's gonna hate it.
She's gonna love it and hate it all at the same time.
Hey, girl, come here, my love. Come here. Come here, baby.
Even the camera's moving slowly for Penny.
Come here. Come here, baby. She's just coming up between my legs.
Oh my gosh, the suspense. Listen, an actor prepares. Sometimes it's not the right time. Oh my gosh, is that a belt? Does she have a belt on that diaper?
No, she has a diaper on. It's a diaper.
It looks like it has a belt, though.
Well, that's the little Velcro.
Oh, it's so cute. It looks like a little sailor. It looks like a little sailor costume.
Yeah, when we'll have to remove the dish cam. She's going through something, but she'll be back. Yeah, she's got a little diaper on, my girl.
Aw. She's not used to clothing, poor thing. What? She's not used to clothing, and neither am I, frankly.
She's doing pretty good. She has a salmon diaper, a turquoise, and a black. And I really like the black that's like formal wear.
Oh yeah, black tie event. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she looks like she's a little butt tux.
Yeah, and I picture her in a little shoe. A little kitten heel.
Yeah, something sensible.
Yeah, she probably has dysplasia. I don't want to ask her to do too much, you know.
Okay, first of all, when you last saw her, she had one janky leg, and now she's got one good one. Like,
no, oh no, oh my gosh, it's just the grudge. She's just like,
she was like a crayon, but yeah.
Crayon.
But no, I love that we're going to talk about weddings because I feel like people are getting so loose, and I love it. With like the idea of the wedding and like what it is and what is it a reception, is it not, you're coming, is it not? And I literally just heard a story from a family friend, my dad.
Family, comma, friend, both.
My friend. And he was telling me about a wedding in his ecosphere that they got married, right? And they did the big party, they did all this. And it turns out they never did paperwork. So when they inevitably broke up, it was like fine, and they just moved on.
Great.
But the parents who paid for the wedding, both sides didn't know they didn't do the paperwork.
Oh gosh, well that I don't love that part. But that's a little difficult when you when people paid for it. But I don't know. I it's kind of a gag where you like do this whole ceremony and you commit to each other, but you don't sign it for like maybe another 2 years after that, just to make sure it sticks, right?
Right. I'm like, whatever you want to do.
It's kind of like the extended warranty of marriage.
Oh, I like that.
Like if anything goes wrong with the marriage in the first 2 years, you could just send it back.
Oh my God,
I don't know what happened. Are you counting how much you're drinking water?
No, I do little sips.
Oh, okay.
You get rid of hiccups. That's the topic.
Oh, I didn't know you had hiccups. I'm sorry. I just chug water until I can't stand it anymore.
No, that's what I'm doing.
Because I don't like drinking water, so I force myself to do it.
How do you feel
Yeah.
about weddings that are not actual weddings? That they already got married and then they throw the party and they want you to come and do the gift and have the dinner and do all the things.
Oh, I'm okay with that because it's all like that's any ritual, right? Ritual only carries meaning that we put into it, and so like I don't care about the legal document or not because listen, like the systems were not made for me anyway. They're not made for queer people or trans people, and so it's just like, listen, if you want us to get together and celebrate you, done. Like I'll do that, you know. I can RSVP yes or no. I can decide if I want to be part of that event or not. So yeah, I don't place any extra significance on like, oh, we're gonna do the legal and the social stuff at the same time. It's like, who cares? Make it your own.
How do you feel about gay weddings?
I have a feeling about how you might feel about gay weddings because of how you posed the question. Listen, the last wedding I went to, actually we went to together, was a gay wedding, and it was at Seventh Son, and the ceremony was very touching. It didn't take itself too seriously, and it lasted about, like the actual formal ceremony part lasted about 10 minutes.
Oh, I love that.
So short.
I love that.
So I like that. And then it was an open bar.
Love that.
Great. And I didn't know a lot of people there, but Michael Morris was there, so it was fabulous.
Oh. That's all that matters then. As long as Michael Morris.
Yeah, if they're there, if Michael Morris is there, that'll pretty much excuse like 80% of the other possible foibles, faux pas, gaffes, and gauches.
Well, you bring up something interesting, which is about an open bar. But more importantly, you bring up something where it's like, there's a few things at a wedding that I'm like, if they are here, it's like they're my thing.
It's
lit. What I discovered.
Yeah.
what I discovered is in planning my own wedding, my partner and I made a list of like the things you really care about. And one of the things I really cared about was not just an open bar.
Having me there? No.
But yeah, open bar, I mean.
Yeah.
But it was like, I got really aggressive. So we were meeting with all the vendors. Like, we did all the vendors in one day, just back to back to back to back with makeup. And we got to the conversation about the open bar, and she like showed us the tiers.
Yeah,
and
packages.
I am not having every letter of the LGBTQ community fly to Jamaica and go to my wedding at an open bar. The only night I can give them an open bar, right?
Yeah.
And at that fucking open bar, they try to order a Maker's Mark, and they're like, well, we have a Jim salad bourbon, or whatever the fuck they say.
A Jim salad. I fucking love that.
I didn't even recognize it. I didn't even recognize it. And I was like, I'm not doing this to the people I love. It's terrible.
I'd like a single barrel 6-year Jim salad, please.
I was just like, fuck this. And Natalie was stunned. The wedding planner was stunned. Like, I was also stunned. I was like, oh, found my line in the sand. Because to me, I'm like, only do the wedding as big as you can do it the way you want to do it well.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different definition of that. But for me, I was like, well, with a 28-person guest list, it's top shelf liquor.
Girl, that's when I knew the theme of the wedding was gay rights, because build the world you want to live in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever just...
And the world we lived in was top shelf liquor.
That's right. Reposado.
But
XO.
I care about that and the music. Those were like my two things.
Yeah. Well, for not caring about all the other stuff, like the scenery and the location and the like, I mean, it was fabulous. I mean, there's never gonna be another. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
the scenery is like the most
experience.
beautiful country in the world. Yeah, like there's nothing I can do about it.
Right, it's that part's on your control. But like, the floral arrangements and the sort of like, where the guests sit and like, I mean, give yourself some credit, girl. It was fabulous. Mm-hmm. Your sister emerged from these like giant double doors in this villa in this like palatial jumpsuit, and she was like, "Eileen, darling," and I was just like, I was like, in this setting, you look like you're on the set of The Crown. It was fabulous.
Yeah, it was really quite excellent. Yeah. So I think open bar is key, and I love a genuine ceremony. Oh my god, my partner and I went to a wedding, and I'm not going to say where, I'm not going to say who, but I will say it was gay. And
I wish you would.
It was so, I felt so bad during the vows. Because like one of the guys was like making jokes and never really said why he was like, it was just so awkward, and he's like, y'all didn't run your vows by each other and
oh, no.
One of you took it really seriously, and one of you treated this like a Tuesday night open mic, and it was uncomfortable.
To, I'm sure, the visible dismay of the other person, which is just uncomfortable for everyone.
Really well. They hit it really well, but I was just like, oh my god, I would have walked out.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Listen, communication is so important. It's a running theme on this whole show. But like,
it surely is.
That's something you should probably talk about beforehand. Like, I'm not saying you need to tell them exactly what you're going to say, but you might want to just like do an outline. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about communication with your guests?
Oh, well, another thing I think you knocked it out of the park on, which is like, listen, logistics, you want to make it as comfortable as possible, because they know they're coming there to support you. You know what I mean? And so I think that there's like a two-way responsibility. It's the social contract, right? What they're agreeing to is they're going to come and they're going to help you celebrate, and they're going to try to make it as easy on you as possible. And in turn, you're going to try to make it as easy on them as possible.
Yeah.
So like the more the better. Like, you don't want your guests to arrive and have a bunch of surprises, you know? Like, if all you tell them is the color scheme,
it's interesting,
leaving a lot to chance.
I think communication with guests is so complicated because you do also want to leave something to the imagination, right? You want someone to be excited, and you want some surprises. And it's like, where do you put the surprises? I'll give an example. It's a bold example. You were at the wedding. I officiated. And they communicated with the guests on where to be and what to do, blah, blah, blah. But what they didn't communicate with the guests was that they were married exactly a year prior to the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so everyone thought they were at a wedding. People flew in from like throughout the United States, right? You are, look at your face. Look at your face. Fix your face. Fix your face.
They don't know who it is. They don't know who it is.
Well, but even if they did, it's not a bad thing. So the couple was so excited to do the big reveal that they were already married,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we had a script, it was all set up. And man, when the room found out, they were not happy.
No.
And you're like,
I don't think that's the surprise to pull. Like, I really don't think that's I don't think that's the one you want to pull.
No.
I would rather get up in front of a crowd and be like, "Surprise, I'm trans." And see, that wouldn't even be a surprise. People would be like, yeah. You only talk about it all the time.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, was I clocked? And they're like, no, you don't shut up about it.
No, you actually won't shut up about it.
You just keep it down
Yeah.
about being trans.
Mm-hmm. I know this day's supposed to be about you, but like, shh, it's not about you.
But yeah, so I'm like, you gotta you gotta pick the surprise.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, it turned out fine. They're divorced. We love to see it. I love divorce. I'm team divorce.
You can't say it turned out fine and then immediately say they're divorced.
I surely can. Sometimes the best end, I don't know, you know what I'm fucking saying. Sometimes the best result of a relationship is an end of the relationship.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, agreed. It's just it was a funny juxtaposition.
I have appreciated so many weddings where people are divorced. I've also appreciated a fair amount where people are together. So, you know.
Yeah, you really saved the track record on this one. You slipped you slipped that in at the end. I have almost officiated a couple weddings, but I still haven't officiated them, and that's probably good because I literally don't know how to do it. I don't know how I would do it. I would wear a full length robe with antlers. You know, we've talked about it.
You're up for my third wedding. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh. What's your favorite wedding you've ever been to and why?
Besides my own?
Yeah, besides your own. Because obviously. As a guest. Favorite wedding as a guest.
That's such a good question. Oh, do you know your answer?
I'm still thinking about it. I didn't have an answer planned when I asked the question.
I love. Oh man, I don't know. That is such a hard question.
Yeah. Well, now I have
I
it.
think the wedding we went to was a blast because it was so great. Obviously, it was like my family, so they're great. But what I loved about it is it was like a wedding weekend experience. And I think that's why I love it, and I have such fond memories of it, because it was like we went out of town, we took the time, we did the shit, we paddleboarded.
We did. There's some great pictures from that. We paddleboarded. We had a really nice lunch on the dock at some restaurant that was like on a dock. That was really nice. I did surprise tarot for your family. Your sister, Jen, I love you, but you did kind of ambush me a little bit with that request. It was like, Eileen does tarot, and she's going to do it for all of us. And I was like, all right, fuckers, like, like buckle up. And I made your family cry. It was really intense.
Yeah, because Catholics don't like tarot.
No, but I don't know. Why did they do it anyway? Was it because they wanted to be polite to me? Was it because it just...
I think they're like...
Were they just drunk?
Silly, whatever. It's like a parlor trick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, so do you miss your mom? And they're just like...
Yeah, and then just... Yeah, I mean, it was really... It was kind of mortifying. And also, like, a little piece of me deep down inside was like, this is fierce.
Yeah, because it's like, don't fucking fuck around with shit. You don't want to, you know what I mean? Don't treat it like a parlor trick.
Yeah. I mean, and it's, at the end of the day, like, regardless of its, the realness of it, like, I'm gonna go deep. right? Like
Yeah, respect the art form.
That's how exactly. That's how I do it. And so like, hey, if you don't want to talk about deep stuff, then like, you picked the wrong one, Tiffany.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Weird I don't have a cousin Tiffany. You think I would?
Yeah, I don't. Tiffany was just like it's like Tiffany, Jessica, and Justin. It's like very millennial. Those are the names I always go to.
Yeah. No, it's very accurate. Very accurate. So I like that wedding. I did love that we found a gay bar and we went in, and it was in Madison, Wisconsin, and it was like 2 p.m. on a Saturday, and we got bevs. And he's like, "Where are you all from?" We're like, "Columbus, Ohio." And he's like, "My condolences." I was like, "You're a fucking daytime bartender in Madison, Wisconsin. Are you coming for us?"
Yeah. Like, we're pretty. Let's not try to be a coastal elite when we also live in the Midwest.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's funny. So I have a bit of a shady answer, which is my favorite wedding was the one where I was invited as a groomsman, and this was like right after high school when I had started transitioning, and my high school friend was having a conservative dry wedding because both sides of the family were very like conservative evangelicals. So I was invited as a groomsman. The theme colors were aqua and chocolate brown.
Chocolate Brown was having a moment when we were in college.
Yeah. It was bad.
Unfortunately.
It was bad.
Yeah.
So I showed up with about 2-inch aqua sparkle press-on nails glued to my fingers. I had long brown hair, and I was in the like men's dressing room getting ready for pictures, and I was putting foundation on when like a group of the other guys came into their dressing room, and I was like, "What? Where's your makeup? Are you going to be camera ready? Do you want to borrow some of mine?" Mortified. Faces shattered. They didn't know what to do. Gender panic. That's what we like to call it. Is gender panic. And so, and we, by the way, we had lots of conversations about this beforehand, which is like, I want to be a guest at your wedding, but I don't want to be in your wedding, you know? Mm-hmm. And it was just like, it was just guilt trips. So anyway, we don't speak anymore. It's fine. I did get a nice little flask out of it though. The gifts for the groomsmen were like a flask, which by the way, at a dry wedding, bold move. It's like basically giving us tacit permission to drink at your wedding.
I love it.
And it has my my initials for my dead name on it. That's kind of
cool. Oh my god, do you still have it?
I do, yeah. It's fun.
It's like kind of like kitsch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. It's kind of like, oh, days of our lives. Remember when I used those initials?
So you had the press-on nails, the makeup. Did you do heels in the top?
No, I didn't do heels. I had the rental shoes with the rental tucks. I did pop, lock, and drop it, and then tear the inseam of my rental pants. And then all of my high school friends smuggled like bottles of alcohol in their purses, and like everyone knew because like obviously we had a few, right? And so all the other guests are just like shooting daggers at us because we're having fun and they're just miserable. So actually, It was like kind of miserable at the start of the evening, and it turned out to be really fun.
I love that. Well, I'm going to a wedding this weekend, so I'll keep you posted, and I'll have an update on next week's covered dish.
Ooh, what's the color scheme?
Blush and bashful. I don't know. I'm not in it.
Bold and brash.
You know what it is? I think like we're grown now, and like everyone I'm getting married is like grown adults, so they're just like, come to our wedding. That's it. You know what I mean? It's just like there's no like theme or whatever, and I love a QR code or like a Venmo link.
Yeah.
Fucking no gifts.
A QR code hand drawn on a sheet of like lined paper.
Yes. Make it super bougie, very bridesmaids.
Yes.
I love it. I just love it.
Me too. So, that's a great movie. I think my favorite is when they're trying on the dresses and they all get food poisoning. That scene is...
That's great. I do also love like the bridal shower, like the gift where like they open it up and like it was like butterflies or something.
Yes.
So fucking accurate. The shit people do. Like the shit that got pushed to me when I was planning for my wedding. It was crazy shit. And I'm like, why would I do that?
Well, girls, since we started a little late, so let's go a little late. I have a bold statement that I would like for consideration tonight at this meeting. I think gender reveal parties are the new weddings because they get so extra.
Yeah.
And
They really do.
I'm sorry to actually, I don't know if I am sorry about this, but like people who go all out on gender reveal parties are like, they're monsters.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They hurt people, they hurt the environment.
They do.
They're upholding the institution of gender.
Damage. Yeah, there's a lot of environmental damage.
Yeah, it's wild.
I'm like, look, I don't really get it, but if y'all want to cut a cake to talk about baby genitals, you can. I think that's weird. If I could be totally frank, but if you want to talk about baby genitals, straight people, you should.
It's like making an offering on the altar of gender. You know what I mean? Like it's that important to people.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
I don't get it.
So bizarre. I don't either. I think people, you know what it is? I think people like to hype up anything they can. I do think that right now in this culture that we're in, it's just like,
yeah,
double down. Like literally, like last night the RNC's like in their opening, like there's only two genders, and that's like part of the platform.
Yeah.
Who? What?
Well, and
like, what's your policy on refrain? Like, who cares? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So the whole focus.
Just focus.
It's like so coded. It's just like, we're doing a gender reveal party and gender reveal. I'm like, all right, Nancy, chill out.
Well, and maybe I've been a little hard on the straights. I mean, they've had a rough time, Brooke. They need this. I mean, if you're not doing a gender reveal party, what else are you gonna do? Bocce ball?
Yeah, I think probably
billiards.
Yeah, probably billiards.
Maybe shuffleboard on a cruise ship.
Inherit houses from your family, I guess. That keeps you busy also.
What are they going to do? Generational wealth.
Great one, people.
Yeah. No, it's terrifying.
In the chat.
It's like,
just kidding.
You know what? Being straight, it's so played out. It's so derivative. Like, honestly, just do something creative.
Wrap it up. I would actually be behind a gender party if they just screamed, I want to tell you about my baby's genitals. and then I'd be fine with it.
You're like, I'm back on board.
Because it's not gender.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a bathing suit part review. And I'm fine with that. Weird still.
I would rather like a name reveal party. That would be fun.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like we decided.
Trans people do that.
Like we decided what the name is, and it's like Quillian O'Houlihan. Like it's just something really like just out there, you know.
People have name reveal parties for their trans identity. Did you have a coming out party?
Did I have a coming out party?
Yeah, like a name reveal party for your you know.
Absolutely no, absolutely not. I was far too. I was in the grips of shame. Yeah, no, I would do that now. Oh my God, do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
I would do that now. I didn't want to do that back then. No,
yeah, maybe you could have like, is there an anniversary coming up, like your 10-year?
Oh gosh, well my name change 10-year will be in 2028.
Okay.
My 10-year tranniversary was in 2021.
Which means 2026 is right around the corner. Lucky number 15.
15-year anniversary. All right, let's do it.
I love it. Well, we are officially at time now that we relate. Thank you all for being patient with us. We are blessed, booked, and busy working women.
You know what? Work hard or die trying, girl.
Girl, tell me about it. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for next week's Cover Dear.
Bye. See you next time.